Hey, good afternoon, and welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech. Orediggers basketball on Digger Vision. Paul Panisco, John Thatcher, as we get rolling here on a Saturday. The men are on the floor, and we're getting ready for another Frontier Conference throwdown, my friend.
We are, and this is a big-time game here. Again, we're talking about Tech being first in the conference. They don't want to, they lost earlier, and sometimes a loss wakes you up, but I know it wakes up the head coach, and they get pretty volatile when you end up losing the game.
Yep.
But a loss a lot of times can help you a lot. This Western team, extremely talented, great quickness, great athleticism. The difference being is down in the post area and trying to figure out who's going to defend Dicons, because I think he's the best player in this conference this year.
Well, let's start this thing off here real quickly. Again, thanks for joining us here for Orediggers basketball. Let's start things off with the standings, shall we? The Frontier Conference men's standings look like this right now. Montana Tech on top of the pile. They're number 9 in the country, and they are 19-2 overall, 7-1 in Frontier Conference play. University of Providence is next. They're 5-3 in Frontier Conference play. This Western team is tied with Rocky for third place at 4-4 in conference. You have Carroll at 3-5 and Northern at 1-7 after a rather turbulent week last week in the Frontier Conference.
Yeah, every week's turbulent in the Frontier Conference. But Montana Tech deservedly is at the top. They're the best team in this conference, and mainly because of the depth of this basketball team.
Well, let's talk about that depth a little bit and this Montana Tech team as you take a look at what these two teams present. Again, offensively, not a whole lot different. Montana Tech scoring a little bit more on average than Western. Tech averaging about 81 points a game. Western at 76 points a game. Western shooting 46%. Montana Tech at a very high 49% as a team. But then things change drastically as Montana Tech's defense is only allowing 61 points a game. That is second in the country. And that number below it, you see that opponent's field goal percentage. Montana Tech is only allowing their opponent to shoot 38.4%. That leads the country defensively this year.
Well, that's what this guy rotates around, his defense, and you better have the ability, if you're going to come off the bench over there as a role player, to continue to perform. But they just are so well-rounded and so deep. Their bench makes a huge difference in this league.
On the other side, Western allowing their opponents to score about 70.2 points per game and allowing them to shoot 43.9%, again, as you see on your screen there. So that's how things look there. This
is a very dangerous Western team. Come tournament time, it's going to be interesting to watch them.
You know what? They are exactly who they have been. They're a team that is incredibly athletic. If they can get hot shooting the ball, they can knock off absolutely anyone. And I'm not even talking in conference. I'm talking absolutely anyone. And then, if Abiadedo is having himself a game in the block, he is tough. And that's the one thing he really did a nice job against Montana Tech at Western. We'll see what happens here the second time through. I'll be interested to see if they kind of bring that same mentality that they brought against the Rocky Big. Jackson Lee, the big for the Battle and Bears of Rocky Mountain College. The first time they played him, he really had himself a contest. And then when Rocky came here, anytime he touched the ball, they immediately double-teamed him, and they had him talking to himself. They got in his head in a big way. I'll be interested to see if they kind of approach Adedo in that same mentality.
Well, they could. I don't know. This is great. This Tech team is such a great help team. A lot of times they don't have to focus on that. You watch film, you learn players' habits, and then you figure out how you're going to defend them, and Tech does an excellent job of that.
Well, as we are getting ready to roll, again, thanks for joining us here as Montana Tech taking on the Bulldogs of Montana Western. Let's run you through these Western starters here real quickly. Your Western starting five, you're looking at Jalen Stepney, Alan Kane, Abiadedo in the post, Kyle Gruler, their leading scorer at 16 a game, and Kevin Bethel also on the floor. Gruler averaging just shy of 16, Stepney at 15 points, Abiadedo at 12 points a game for the Bulldogs of Montana Western.
Here comes my boss.
There you go. Nice job. Careful balance.
Hey.
So we are getting ready for the start of this one as we are going to get a presentation first as I do believe our track teams are going to be recognized here. Frontier Conference Championship track teams, as the Montana Tech men and women, the outdoor track, they both won the Frontier Conference Championships, the third straight for the women, the second straight for the Montana Tech men, and their banners are in the rafters and they'll be displayed here today.
Well, they've turned into a powerhouse and got a great coach, a new great coach in Chuck Merrifield, and looks like from preseason he's got them moving along already.
Boy, yeah, the indoor are performing awfully well, so we'll see what happens here as we continue, but congratulations to this Montana Tech team. The Frontier Conference track, the meet was held here in the mining city, and again, our thanks to everybody who has a hand in that, the Merrifield family, all the volunteers that take part in that, because it obviously doesn't fly without a whole lot of help, and there isn't a track meet in Montana that's run like a Butte track meet.
Ever.
No.
Ever. I was fortunate. I used to do the high jump every year for them at the state track meet. It's special.
I feel, it feels strange saying that, but it's the truth. I mean, they do such a good job, and hopefully it's here to stay. I mean, it's run so well, and we'll see moving forward. But this Montana Tech team winning both the men and women's Frontier Conference Championships, and the banners are being shown. You want to pull up to the banner and as it gets taken down here? There we go. Our Frontier Conference Championships. So the banners
that went from when I coached here in the 80s with Kelvin Sampson, from 2 or 3 banners to now they got a truckload. I don't know where they're going to put the rest of them. Got to start at this end eventually.
I'm not going to lie. That has been a topic of discussion because we're going to run out of space here pretty quickly on that end. So we're going to have to figure something out. Isn't that a great problem to have?
Yeah, it is.
Like, hey, guess what?
Well, what
we're
you
running
do
out
is
of space for banners.
You start taking down the old ones and putting the new ones up, but you don't want to do that.
So again, for Western, here is a look at their starting 5 as they come on the floor. For Jalen Stepney, the first out on the floor. And as they come rolling out here, Kevin Bethel is next. Western wearing their road black with the red trim. Abby Adedo, very athletic young man from London.
Not to mention stronger than Hercules.
Yep, that helps. You know, that helps.
Big time.
Alan Kane, and last but not least, Kyle Gruler. Gruler, the junior out of Vancouver, again, their leading scorer. And your starting 5 on the other side here for the Orediggers. Let's take a look at the starting 5 here for Montana Tech. At guard, you're going to see Keely Bake running the points. On the other side of guard, your shooting guard is Braden Cook. He had himself 19 points in Helena against Carroll College the other night. Hayden Decons was a monster in that ball game. Ifanye Okeke and Michael Ewer, your starting 5 for the Orediggers, as they get ready to come out here tonight.
As I stare at that, I think I could coach this team. You just throw them a ball and leave them alone. That's how good they are.
They've got it together. Braden Cook, again, coming off a great night against Carroll College. You're looking at Ifanye Okeke is next out. Fee, if he's not the best defender in the conference, is the second best defender in the conference, and that's only behind this guy right here in Hayden Decons.
Yeah, no question.
Next out for Montana Tech, you're going to see Mr. Keely Bake, senior out of Fairfield. And last but not least is Big Mike. Michael Ewer, the senior out of Idaho. It's been fun watching him, for lack of a better way to put it, grow up. You know, he was a Gatorade Player of the Year in Idaho. Upon graduation, he went on his 2-year mission, got here to Montana Tech, and you could see it, but boy, he had to work his tail off to get back into shape and get into fighting for him for Coach Hyatt.
Yeah, and you can't take a basketball to you on a Mormon mission because you can't shoot 2 or 3 hours a day. I guarantee. I know he took a ball. I'll guarantee he didn't get the time in he wanted to, and he wasn't jogging miles or running sprints.
That is the case.
So his development in his own behalf has been tremendous.
The TDS tip-off here is ready to go. Montana Tech taking on the Bulldogs of Montana Western. And we are rolling. Tipped into the backcourt, and Montana Tech will control. The digs into the offensive zone. Montana Tech 19-2 on the year, 7-1 in conference. Michael Yor bounce pass to Cook, now to OKK. That pass is knocked out of bounds. Adado got a hand on it.
Looked like they were trying to double up Yor on that play. Good backside help.
Montana Tech will inbound here. Opening possession. Lob pass comes out to Cook. Cook will hand it off. And the other way we go. OKK on the wing, little switch dribble, drives in, gets a little separation, and gets the points.
Yeah, that's great separation. You always take the ball with the body, but when you're 6 foot 7, 8, 9, you can get away with a lot of stuff.
A big collision with Adado. That's going to be a fun one to watch here as this night goes. Ruler, pass out left side, Stepney. Jalen Stepney, one of the young men in this conference that can absolutely go off for 30 any night of the week. Near side, opening, driving into the paint with it is Bethel. Bethel turns, hands it off, shot clock at 1, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
That was defense at its finest right there. All the switches, all the help, everything went right.
We mentioned that this Montana Tech team is just phenomenal defensively. Montana Tech into the offensive side. Pass on the right wing. Hayden Decons to Bake. Ely Bake picks up his dribble to Cook, near side Decons. Decons spins, floater to the rack is up and out. And that will scoot the other way. Alan Kane into the high post. Pass goes out on the right wing. Three-point shot, Bethel no good. Rebound tipped, and coming out with it is going to be Gruler. Way up top, 3 ball is up and in for Alan Kane. Kane, the junior out of Virginia, knocks down the first basket of the night for the Bulldogs. OKK to Cook. Cook pulls up, fires. That one no good. And Western will go the other way. Into the offensive zone. Western moves it to Kane. Kane drifting to his right side. Passes left. Little head fake out there by Bethel. Bethel wants the baseline. He'll get the reverse off the glass and gets it.
Never got any help, no rotation defensively. That's rare for this Tech team.
Kevin Bethel, nice take to the rack. Montana Tech trailing 5-2 as they come into the offensive side. OKK just inside the arc. He wants the baseline. Reverse shot won't go, but OKK is going to go to the foul line.
I like that. Tech cleared out the backside. They couldn't get any rotation for help. And Okiki is about as quick as he is tall. This guy has great quickness, great jumping ability.
Montana Tech won the opening matchup, 69-47 down to Dillon. And we'll see what happens here in round 2 as OKK at the line. His first is up, hits the front of the iron, no good. Fee is a 72% free throw shooter. And he'll get the ball for his second attempt here.
That's bad hands when you drop the ball and the referee has to go pick it up.
So Fee will get the ball for attempt number 2. Hits the back of the rim, no good. Yor tipped it. And Gruler comes out with it. Western basketball. They lead 5-2 here in the early going. Game day brought to us by TDS Fiber. Our thanks to them for making it possible. Abby Adado underneath. Kicks it to the wing. Stepney, 3-ball, no. Braden Cook with a rebound. OKK. Decons now up top to Yor. He has an opening. Big Mike, 3-ball is up and in.
Yeah, you got to guard him out there. He is good at that.
Michael Yor knocks down the 3. He's shooting 39% from the arc this year. And that honestly just dipped below 40, I think, for the first time all year. Stepney passes left. 4 wide here. Adado drives, picks up his dribble, wanted the back door. Goes skyhook, no good. Loose, out of bounds, Tech ball. Adado pleads his case with the official.
Well, his shot selection there was not very good, but there was no movement for him to give the ball up to.
5-5 our score. And down the floor we come. Montana Tech with the basketball. Pass on the wing. Decons to OKK into Yor. One-on-one still, now to Decons. Brings the defender off his feet, ball slapped out of his hands. Western will get it. Western will go the other way. Western passes out on the left wing. Grueller wanted to drive, picks up his dribble, moves it up top. Alan Kane, loose triple team. Kane up top to Grueller from way downtown. That one hits the iron. Montana Tech the other way.
Michael, you're right on top of the head, didn't it?
Yeah. Yor and Adato were tied up, and neither had an idea where that thing was coming down. On the baseline, Cook to OKK, back to Cook. Cook feeds it inside to OKK, baseline. OKK spins, pulls up, hits it from 9. Kanye OKK.
Tough to get up in front of that. He gets off the ground.
And then you factor in that long reach of his, and good luck. OKK with 4 points so far on the day, leading scorer on the floor. Western with the ball, Montana Tech with the lead. Grueller up top, screen, nice little switch dribble. Ball's popped, boy, that's a great move, OKK. He reached through, knocks it away. Pass to Decons, Decons with the left hand. What a feed by Keely Bake.
Yeah, that's the smartest player in this conference.
Boy, the defender was in great, it was Grueller, and he was in fantastic position defensively. And somehow Keely Bake is still able to slide it through. And OKK going to be called with a shove as Stepney goes down to a hand. 14:54 left to play here in the first half. Tech leading 9-5. Again, thanks for joining us here for Oredigger basketball. 5 minutes gone here in this first half. Tech by 4. Western looking to set it up. Tech shooting 67% from the floor. Grueller backing it up. OKK leaning on him. Ball stripped out of bounds. Tech basketball. OKK there again.
Good job of not letting him turn that corner.
So Montana Tech will get the turnover here. Diggs leading 9-5. Keely Bake down the floor. Around the arc here on the near side. Keely Bake with the right hand, looking on the interior. Bake goes up top to Kalonges. Josh puts on the brakes. Yeah. Travel call.
He slid it.
So the travel call will go here to Western. Bulldogs looking to get her down the floor here. Montana Tech leading 9-5. Pass to Ankney. He'll hand it off. Grueller, mismatched defensively, goes on the wing. Step back, pull up jumper from the foul line. Kane knocks down another one.
Yeah, had a hand right in his face. That's a great shot.
Good looking stroke that time by Kane. He has 5 points on the day. Keely Bake to Kalonges, back to Keely. Bake into the paint, double team, up to OKK. He'll fire. That one no good. And it's tipped out on the rebound.
Decons
is going to be called with the hack. So Hayden will pick up his first personal foul. And we're going to get a timeout on the floor. Montana Tech leading 9-7 over the Bulldogs of Montana Western. Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. We'll take a break. We're back here right after this.
Nucor is a great company. They care about their people. They care about the environment.
I've never been restricted to fall in a box. I've never been told that I can't do something.
I saw it as a great opportunity to develop a career.
You create your own destiny at Nucor.
We're building something bigger out here at Nucor. Come join us.
.44 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech leading 9-7. As you see there, we've got the Miners Ball, the Digger Auction coming up on April 12th. We'll give you details on how you can get tickets, reserve a table, and how you can be part of our major fundraiser for Oredigger Athletics. That's coming up on April 12th. It's always just an incredible night, and certainly going to be a fun one here in the Hyper.
My brothers tend to buy a lot of stuff.
You know, they were lucky to have them. They do help out on occasion.
Yeah, considerably.
I'm not sure how many pieces of art have been bought by anyone other than your brother Bonesy.
And he's got a whole...
Good ball movement by Western, down in the block. Right-handed hook shot is up and in for Jacob Ankney.
He's got a wall full of them down there in his office at CCCS.
Montana Tech the other way. Levi Torgerson into the ball game for the Digs. OKK at the top of the horn. He'll hand it off to Peffer. Peffer inside, and we're going to get a foul. Great feed that time as OKK was going to the rack. And that will put Fee at the line.
Yeah, I'm impressed with the athleticism of this Western team. They really have quickness. When they got the big in there, he's down there finally. He didn't start. You got to have a post player. I don't care where you coach at. You got to have a good post player that can score it and pass it.
Substitutions here for Western, as Coulter Merritt will check in. Also, Kevin Bethel is back in. And Afanye Okeke at the line here for the Digs. Fee, 72% from the line. And he goes 1 of 2. Tech leading by 1. 10-9 our score. We'll keep you updated on the men's scores here as we continue. Bounce pass to Bethel, back out. Into the hands of Bethel, rather. My apologies. Ankneit's tipped away. Montana Tech basketball. Diggs will get the turnover in transition. Torgerson. Coulanges, 3-ball, no good. Back the other way comes Western. Bulldogs. Stepney. Moves it here on this near side to Ankney. Ankney into the hands of Bethel. Bethel through the lane, puts it up. And good defense that time by Michael Ure.
Yeah, got a block. He got the bottom of the ball.
Diggs in transition. Big Mike from downtown, no good.
I don't agree with that shot, but he's better than I am, so.
That was Keeley Bake range. Pull-up jumper from 12, rattles out. Ure with a rebound. Ure off to Torgy, and Torgerson down the floor. Levi Torgerson, dual sport athlete, I should say. Coulanges attacks with the right hand, won't go. Western the other way. Western feeds it to the rack, it's up and in with the right hand. And Western grabs the lead, 11-10 our score. The Bulldogs up over the Orediggers. Frontier Conference action, 11:56 left to play in the first half. With the timeout on the floor, it looks as though it's a short one. We'll go ahead and keep it here.
Yeah, that was a complete transition fast break. Tech did not get back. That's a rarity. You don't see that very often. They don't get beat in transition very often. Great ball movement by Western. My alma mater, I might say.
Yeah, we'll get reminded of that every once in a while.
Yeah, well, I'm proud of graduating
You should
from
be.
there.
I'd be proud of graduating from anywhere.
I love my history of Dillon, Montana, and Western Montana, University of Montana Western.
Bulldogs lead by 1, 11-10. Western shooting 36%. Montana Tech at 40% so far. And as here come the Digs back the other way. Braden Cook to Torgerson. Torgerson looking to back it up, moves it here on the near side to Cook once again. Cook into the high posts. Peffer with the left hand, spins back to his right side, shot blocked. Big time block that time by Ankney. Ankney attacks, bounce pass goes in the corner to Bethel. Bethel around a screen, feeds it to Ankney and gets it back. Bethel stops at the left elbow, inside to Ankney. Ankney didn't see it come until it was just a bit late. And that will be a turnover to Montana Tech.
That's a decision play, and he really didn't make it wasn't the proper angle to pass the ball to, so I'm not going to blame the post player.
Montana Tech into the offensive side, Levi Torgerson controlling. Up top it goes, now around the arc, right side. Levi Torgerson holding on to it. Torgy, bounce pass. As Rhett Reynolds lost it for a moment, Montana Tech stays in possession. Attacking left hand to the rack. It's up and in. Hayden Decon.
Yeah, you're not going to defend that. He's quick, explosive, gets up, uses the glass.
Montana Tech leading 12-11. Western into the offensive side. Western shooting 41% from the floor. Feed down in the inside to Ankney. Ankney bodied up by Reynolds. Reynolds leaning on him. Nice feed, attacking the rack. It's up and in as Billy Carlson takes it in.
Great reverse layup.
Nice move that time by Carlson. Western by 1. 13-12. Montana Tech with the ball. Western with the lead. Torgerson, far right wing. Torgy. Bounce pass goes into Peffer. Peffer 12 feet out. Backing it up. Loose
Jump
double
up.
team.
Oh.
Peffer leans, gets it across to Reynolds. Reynolds' first shot no good. Gets his own rebound, fights his way back up and puts it down.
Good job of sticking with it.
Tech leading 14-13. The Digs 6 of 14 from the floor right now. They lead by 1. Move it around the arc, near side to Bethel. Kevin Bethel. Back up top to Ankney. Back to Bethel. He has an opening. 3 ball, no good. Tipped out. Rhett Reynolds got that away from Ankney. I thought for sure Ankney was going to get the offensive board. Peffer to Torgy. Torgerson will fire, no good. And that one's tipped out and rebounded by Billy Carlson. Tech by 1. Both teams shooting 43% right now. Cross-court pass. And a block call going to go against Cook. So Braden Cook called with the block. We're going to see some mass substitution here. Montana Tech will rope in 3. Okeke will come in. Michael Ure will come in. Also out is Keely Bake. Cook will stay on the floor with Hayden Decons on the floor. So your starting 5 back on the floor for Montana Tech. On the other side, Coulter Merritt back in. And also Adato back in, and Braden Cook gets the steal. Tried to get the pass, and that's going to be a travel call.
He wanted to go behind his back and got caught up in the basketball.
He's trying to get it across to Okeke. Diggs leading 14-13. 9 minutes left to play here in the first half. Western into the offensive side. Bounce pass to Adato at the top of the horn. Adato hands it off. Looking for position. Goes out to the far left wing out there to Bethel. Adato now to Gruley. In the corner it goes to Kane. The crowd wanting a travel call. Deep 3 at the horn, hits the iron. Okeke grabs the rebound.
The crowd was refereeing.
Yep. 8th rebound of the day for Montana Tech. Western has 10. Cook, bounce pass to Okeke. Bethel on him defensively. Double team coming. Okeke moves it up top. Tech will spread it out. Decons into Okeke. Okeke forces it up with the right hand, no. Gets his own rebound, fights his way back up. Second attempt, no good.
Short arm, both of them.
Montana Tech has missed some bunnies here in the early going. Something that, boy, just doesn't happen, to be honest. And now we'll get a travel call.
Good job of taking away the back door, caused the travel.
7:53 left to play here in the first. Montana Tech leading 14-13. I think maybe, sis.
We don't have a very high-scoring game here.
No. Montana Tech down the floor. Okeke. Looking for the backdoor cut instead to Okeke. Goes to the right hand into the paint. Double teamed out to the wing. Decons fakes the shot, and he'll be fouled.
Yeah, you can't go for that fake. He doesn't shoot a lot of threes, and so he gets you to buy into that first step.
Jackson Berkeley called with a foul. And Montana Tech will have the ball on their offensive side here. 7:35 left to play here in the first half. Both teams trying to find some kind of some momentum here.
No runs as of yet.
Nothing. And off, Bake. And we're going to get a foul as making the move. Keeley Baker around the edge. So back-to-back fouls on Berkeley. Jackson, the junior out of Billings senior. Montana Tech leading by 1. Diggs spread it out. OKK gets the inbound. Down in the corner, Keeley Bake. Bake feeds it inside to Michael Ure. Ure looking to back it up. Ure in traffic. And that's going to be the 3rd foul on Jackson Berkeley in less than a minute. So Jackson Berkeley checked into the ball game and has picked up 3 fouls just like that. So that'll bring Berkeley out for a while.
Yeah, that's a great mismatch. Ure is bigger and stronger than Berkeley.
In it goes. Keeley Bake's going to turn and fire. His 3-ball no good. Montana Tech is 1 of 6 from the 3-point line here in the first half. 7 minutes left to play in the first frame. Western, 4 wide. Montana Tech holding on to that man-to-man. Big screen up top. Pass goes in the corner. Baseline take. Nice wraparound pass underneath. And they're unable to get it down the first time as Adado couldn't get it to go, but it was tipped in by Grueller. Big unit out here for Western right now. Pass goes out to Decons. He has the opening. 3-point shot, no good. Bulldogs by 1. Boy, no real flow in this ball game yet.
Nobody's taking charge.
Into the lane, whistle, and a foul. And it's going to go against Keeley Bake. So the senior will pick up the personal, and we will have a timeout on the floor. 6:27 left to play here in the first half. Montana Tech trailing 15-14 to the Bulldogs of Montana Western. We'll take a break. We're back here to the Hyper after this.
Montana has one of the highest suicide rates in the United States.
Suicide impacts people of all ages, genders, and ethnicities.
On average, 300 Montanans die each year by suicide.
Our best chance of stopping suicide is to stop the stigma.
It's time to talk openly and honestly about mental health issues.
Together, let's take the pledge to be allies against suicide.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
.627 left to play here in this opening half. The Bulldogs of Montana Western leading Montana Tech 15-14. Western is shooting 38% from the floor. Montana Tech at 31%. Both teams basically ice cold from the arc. Western 1 of 6, Montana Tech 1 of 7 from beyond the arc.
Well, I'm getting a text here that says I'm wearing the same shirt that he saw me in this morning, which is your buddy Dave down at the Meadows Bank.
Hi, Dave.
Says he wants me to shower, shave again, and change my shirt and quit chewing your fingernails. So
wow.
He must have anything to do today.
Jeez, Dave. My goodness. The inbound. Oh, my goodness. That's an offensive against Adado. He lowered the shoulder.
Oh, yeah, big time.
So our loved brother David Meadows, obviously your personal groomer.
Obviously.
He can cook you a hell of a meal and also...
his cook can, he can't.
Across the timeline, Montana Tech with the ball. Diggs here on the near side, Hayden Decons. Decons wants the baseline, reverse. Hayden Decons puts it down.
Western's getting no rotation out of their defense to stop that baseline drive.
Tech leading 16-15 here in the first half, and we're going to get a whistle and a hold call, it looks like.
He was holding Cook.
And personal foul is going to be charged against Braden Cook. He'll be called with a hold. Western will have it here. 6:03 left to play in the first half. Lob pass comes in to Adado. Stepney backs up, looking to his lefts. OKK on him defensively. Stepney, turnaround jumper, no good. Offensive rebound, kicked out to the wing. Great hustle underneath that time by Ankney. Western here on the near side. As Bethel to Adado. Nice take by Adado. He'll put it up and in.
He's a weapon.
Great jump stop that time between the two defenders. Montana Tech into the offensive side. Michael Ure going right to Decons. Decons takes it into the high post with the left hand, puts it up and floats it in. So calm. Hayden Decons has 8 points. He is the leading scorer on the floor.
Totally in control of his game all the time.
1 point lead for the Digs. And an offensive call is going to be called on Ankney. So Ankney's going to be hit with the offensive. And let's see here. Or Grueller, rather. My apologies. Grueller picks up his second. Montana Tech with the basketball. They lead by 1. Again, we haven't had a single run yet in this thing.
Well, both teams are playing outstanding defense.
That is the case. Keeley Bake's going to fire from the foul line, and Keeley knocks it home. Keeley's first field goal of the evening, and Tech goes up by 3. Western, wide open, Adado. Underneath, it goes up, shot won't go. Michael Ure grabs the rebound, and he is fighting people off, and going to get a whistle. So that will be personal foul is going to go, I do believe. I think it's got to go. They still haven't put it on the big board. Grueller had 2 before. I assume that was against Adado. Now they're discussing who can shoot the free throws. So it was against Michael Ure.
Yeah, I've seen that move in basketball before. I was wondering what Keeley was doing standing at the free throw line.
He's just going to make his way up there.
Ure's the one who got beat up down there.
So at the foul line, Michael Ure, front half of the bonus is good. So Ure will get the ball for attempt number 2. Big Mike, 74% from the foul line on the year. And he'll get the ball for attempt number 2. They still have Grueller up on the board with 2 fouls. But I believe he had his second before that play down there. And Mike gets his second through. 5-point lead for the Digs. This is the biggest lead by either team tonight. Across the timeline, Kane. Bounce pass, Adado. Adado back to Kane. Kane gets a little separation. Hands it off on the left side. Stepney gets it. Stepney. A show screen and instead pass into the corner. 3 ball, partially tipped. Underneath, Adado gets it. Now Michael Ure with a rebound.
Well, Adado's missed 2 or 3 short-range shots.
Honestly, I was just going to say it. He has left some points underneath there. Michael Ure, his 3-point attempt won't go. It hits the clock. And
I can't. It drives me crazy on that transition shot. I think it's too hurried. And 90% of the time they miss it.
A 5-point lead here for Montana Tech. 4:03 left to play in the first half. Thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision, as Western will bring it into the offensive zone. Up top with it, pass moved around the arc here on the near side. As Grueller's going to pop the 3. It's on its way, no good. Rebound, Montana Tech. Levi Torgerson down the floor. Torgy to Afanye Okeke. We'll get it off there to Peffer. Peffer. Coulanges. Quick hands by Coulanges. Reverse shot blocked.
Great block.
Western down the floor. Merritt with the block to Adado. And he'll get the basket and the foul as Peffer. He leaned into Peffer and got the shot up and in. Nice take that time.
That was all about physical strength, because what you teach players to do is to foul, bring their arms to the floor, and you aren't bringing his arms to the floor.
New. So Abby Adado will go to the line here for the Bulldogs. We'll get a whistle here in a moment.
Yeah, one ref said 2 shots, but he made the basket, so.
Adado, 63% from the foul line on the year, and he knocks that one down. Tech leads by 2. The largest lead of the day thus far has been 5. Torgerson to Keely Bake. Bake into the zone. Keely Bake around the screen. Moves it across to Decons. Decons.
Jump hook. Nope.
Moves it up top. Michael Yor with the ball fake. Double team. Yor spinning. Trying to find the move, and he will be fouled. So Adato's going to pick up the personal.
Yeah, there's a lot of complaining going on the floor, actually by both teams, and the reality is that was an obvious foul.
So Adato picks up his second personal, and Big Mike will go to the line here for the Orediggers. So at the line, Michael Yor. First free throw is on its way, and good. So Big Mike, 6 points on the day. He's 3 of 3 from the foul line so far tonight. He's 74% on the year. The senior out of Idaho. Came into this ball game as the 11th all-time scorer in Montana Tech history. He had 1,097 points coming in. He's added 6 to that. So he goes over the 1,100 mark. And, and again, sitting at number 11 overall in the Montana Tech history books. A 4-point lead here for the Digs. Montana Tech up 24-20. JT, an interesting first half, a whole lot of defense being played.
Yeah, both teams are outstanding. I think Western is playing way better defensively than they did when they played in Dillon. And Montana Tech is battling, but there's really been 5 points, I think, has been the biggest separation. Nobody's gone on a run, and you attribute that to the defenses of both teams.
4-point lead for the Digs. And Western will inbound here. Again, the largest lead has been 5 points thus far. And Western, down the floor we go, Alan Kane. Kane will bring it across the timeline. Kane on the right wing. Torgerson on him defensively. They'll set a high screen. Pass goes left. As Merritt drives, hands it off to Stepney. Stepney back out to Kane. Shot clock at 10. Looked at pick and roll. Kane's going to fire from the foul line. He's another one, has a great quick release, gets very high elevation.
Yeah, and he had a mismatch there that allowed him to get up over the top. Plus, he falls away with accuracy.
4 wide for the Digs. Decons into the paint. Bounce pass to Michael Yor. Mismatch there defensively. Big Mike turns. Loose double team. Tried to pass it into OKK, and it's tipped out. Western will go the other way with it.
Mistakes you don't see Montana Tech make very often.
Western. 4 wide here. As out deep, Kane has it. Kane down to the corner to Stepney. Stepney. Shot clock down to 10 again. Stepney through the lane, lost the ball. Coming away with it, Decons. Decons to OKK. OKK, ball is stripped out by Kane. And they're going to get him for a foul. I don't have an angle on it from up here.
No, but he right away, I don't think he fouled him. I think he got all ball on that play.
1:48 left to play here in the first half. Tech leading by 2, 24-22.
Tough call for an official.
Yeah. So OKK at the stripe. Kane picks up his second personal. And Ifeanyi Okeke, his first free throw here is up and good. 6 points on the day for Feet.
You always got to keep in mind the officials are not as quick as the players out there. Yeah. That's why they have 3 of them. Now, I'm not so sure they shouldn't have 4, but that would ruin the game.
OKK at the line for his second. OKK, 72% on the year. He is 2 of 5 today, now 3 of 6. Tech back up by 4. Western down the floor. Spinning. Out there with it is Kane. Kane, nice pick and roll, gets it into the hands of Grueller. It's going to get knocked into the backcourt. Stepney will grab it. Shot clock ticking away. Stepney will be met by Rhett Reynolds, and Reynolds will pick up the personal, and that will put Western into the bonus.
Yeah, Stepney's been real quiet here today, and he's a double-digit scorer, so he's being defended heavily.
Yeah, I firmly believe Stepney one of the most dangerous people in this conference.
No question about it.
He gets started. Good luck.
Has he even scored today?
Stepney has not. And he is yet to. He's only put up the ball twice. He's 0 of 2 today. Inside it goes to Reynolds. Reynolds up top. Keely Bake. Bake, he's going to step into the corner and fire his three-point shot, no good. Boy, Montana Tech just can't find the range from downtown. They are 1 of 10 from the three-point line here.
Well, if I were to say they had an Achilles heel, that would be it, their three-point shooting.
And underneath, we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Rhett Reynolds, as Coulter Merritt brought him off his feet. And Merritt's going to shoot 2.
Yeah, and Reynolds is going to the bench because he was out of position.
Michael Yor will check in for him.
Coach Hyatt doesn't fool around, man. You got to be where you're supposed to be.
4-point lead for the Digs. And you hit it right on the head with Coach Hyatt does not mess around. I was in setting up our stuff for the stream this morning, and they were going through walkthrough, and it was a little intense.
I figured you were going to say that.
It was a little intense.
That's what you bring to the table when you're a coach. Game day, you got to mentally get them ready.
2-point lead for the Digs. Approaching halftime here.
Looking for a trap, not going to get it. Well, yeah, he's going to let them get it.
Stripped away. Pass a little bit behind Bethel. Now taken away. Coulon just trying to get it. Western has it. Bethel, bounce pass, knocked out of bounds. Tech basketball. And they'll say it went out of bounds off of Coulter Merritt. My goodness. Both teams trying to find something here.
Well, you can blame the defenses because they're both really good today.
38 seconds remaining in the first half. Tech by 2. Braden Cook down the floor to Decons. Decons outside the arc. Decons up top to Braden Cook. Cook will now back out. Cook's only taken 1 shot so far today.
Yeah, they're not letting him have any looks.
Torgy hands it off to Decons. Decons back here near side to Michael Yor. Yor wants the baseline. Jump. His shot is up and good. Michael Yor at the buzzer. 9 points on the day for Big Mike. Down the floor, Western has time for a shot here. Stepney double teamed. He'll throw it up from way downtown. Ladies and gentlemen, Jalen Stepney.
He was quiet until that shot.
Wow.
And that was deep.
Oh my goodness. 28-27 our score. Montana Tech with the lead over the Bulldogs of Montana Western as we go to the half. We'll take a break, pay some bills. We're back here after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Stanger, and my specialty is adult hip and knee reconstructive surgery. I chose this specialty because it helps patients achieve their maximum functioning potential here in Butte, Montana. I like to ask the patient how their problem is impacting them, what their desires are, so that they can return back to their levels of activity. I can help patients achieve their maximum functioning potentials and, in turn, help them with their pain.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most. Community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
Back here once again as our Dig City $5,000 shot is underway as Dom had a chance and unable to make it happen. Needed to lay up the free throw, the three-pointer, and then the half-court shot, which we have done once this year. No, I really don't want to.
Yeah, you can't do this without me, so get my voice on the air.
Montana Tech leading 28-27. JT, give us the rundown there for the first 20 minutes.
I love this basketball game today. Both teams are really leaving it all on the floor. Both teams playing outstanding defense. They've got the scores on the teams figured out. It's been real difficult to find a basket here and there. Nobody with any runs that mattered.
No.
So it's just going to come down to your key players. I mean, Coke he's got to get some shots. He's not getting any shots.
Cook has one shot.
Yeah, so he's got to score. It seems to me that the weapon right now of choice is Deacons. So they maybe do some things, get him down on the block one-on-one because he's really effective down there. Western, on the other hand, Stepney hits that last shot, and I think that's the only points he had. Isn't it 3? Or did he make a free throw?
Yep.
So he's a critical part of this Western Montana College team, and he's got to get involved in the offense.
Well, again, thanks for joining us as we are here at the half. Montana Tech leading 28-27. Frontier Conference action here on a Saturday. Do I have the scoreboard up here? It looks like I do not. I'll go get the scoreboard here in a moment. Let's take a look at numbers here, shall we? We'll start things off for the Bulldogs of Montana Western. As a team, they're shooting 41% from the floor. They're 11 of 27. They're 2 of 9 from downtown, including the last one from like 50, it felt like, there for Stepney.
From Phillipsburg.
Yeah, pretty much. They are 3 of 4 from the foul line as well. Western individually led right now by Alan Kane. Kane has 7 points on the night. He's 3 of 6 from the floor. Abby Adedo with 5 points. Coulter Merritt with 4. Jalen Stepney with 3. Carlson, Bethel, Grueller, and also Ankney with 2 points each for the Bulldogs of UM Western. If you're Montana Tech, you're real happy with how quiet you've kept Kyle Grueller. He's 1 of 3 from the floor, has 2 points right now. He comes in as the leading scorer, averaging just shy of 16.
Yeah, they got to get their scorers involved in whatever the process is. They got to find some clear outs on the floor where they can go one-on-one or they can get a good look at the basket.
Rebounding heavily in favor of Western. They have 20 total rebounds compared to Montana Tech's 13 there in the first half. But yet, the other one big discrepancy is in turnovers. Western has 10 turnovers in the first half. Montana Tech with 5 through the first 20 minutes.
Difference in the game right now, but this game's wide open and two really volatile scoring teams, and the score is 28-27. It's a great first half.
For Montana Tech, they're shooting 38% in the first half. They're 10 of 26, 1 of 9 from the three-point line here on the evening. Individually for Montana Tech, they're led by Michael Ure. He is the leading scorer on the floor with 9. He's 2 of 4 from the floor, 4 of 4 from the foul line. 3 rebounds for Big Mike. He has 9 points. Hayden Deconts has 8. He's 4 of 6 from the floor. 1 rebound, 1 assist as well. Ifanye Okeke has 7 points on the night, 3 rebounds. Keely Bake with 2. Rhett Reynolds with 2 for Montana Tech as they lead 28-27 at the half.
So Coke has not scored?
Cook has not scored at all.
Cook. I always call him Coke.
He's only taken 1 shot. That's it.
Well, they're not defending him that well. I'm watching him on the perimeter. He's being really selfish about shooting. And for whatever, when a shooter gets in his own head, they talk to themselves for a couple weeks. He's got to have the ball, and he's got to score for this team.
Yeah, he's coming off a great game at Helena on Thursday night, so we'll look to keep that engine chugging along here. Montana Tech by 1, 28-27. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll give you the numbers here as far as the other games in the Frontier Conference. That's coming up.
Hi, I'm Dr. Christopher Stanger, and my specialty is adult hip and knee reconstructive surgery. I chose this specialty because it helps patients achieve their maximum functioning potential here in Butte, Montana. I like to ask the patient how their problem is impacting them, what their desires are, so that they can return back to their levels of activity. I can help patients achieve their maximum functioning potentials and, in turn, help them with their pain.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
And once again, welcome back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech as Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. Paul Panisco, John Thatcher. We're at the half. I guess, JT, let's look at the other scores here for a moment. At halftime in Havre, Northern is leading Providence 30-29. Okay, that's up to the Armory. And then in Billings, Carroll all over Rocky, 42-25.
Wow, Rocky started off with gangbusters, and they've really struggled here in the last couple of weeks.
I don't believe their big played. So Lee didn't play on Thursday, and he is not on their roster for tonight either.
Not playing again.
So that's he is a game changer.
Just shows you what difference one great player can make.
Yeah. So as we get ready for the second half here, just waiting for a spark to ignite something. Talk about what you expect to see out of either team here in this second half.
Well, you know, truthfully, there's not a lot of adjustments to be made. In fact, if you look at this game from my standpoint as a coach, Western has missed several key little bunnies, but they could have a 6 or 8 point lead here. So it's a matter, and they really weren't contested shots heavily. I don't see any adjustments being made defensively. Everybody, you just don't go in the locker room and say, let's run a different offense. That isn't how it works. So both teams are going to be straight up defense, and it just depends on who survives and how their legs are come the middle of this second half.
Well, again, thanks for joining us here on a Saturday, and this is our final home game for a while. Montana Tech will go on the road for the next 4 games before they are back here once again, and the team they'll play on the 20th of February are the Bulldogs of Western. So our next home game will also be these Bulldogs, as Montana Tech certainly a very tough road ahead of them, as they will go on the road and play basically everybody else in the Frontier Conference.
Yeah, they got to. I look for them to win 3 out of those 4 on the road, but they'd be happy with a split, because everybody else is at least 2 games behind them right now. So,
and actually, while we do that, we're going to get away from our really ugly mugs. Let's take a look at the Frontier Conference standings for a moment. Here's your Frontier Conference standings. Montana Tech 7-1 in conference. Providence is 5-3. Northern giving them a heck of a run right now. You have looks like Rocky and Western at 4-4. Carroll is 3-5. And MSU Northern 1-7 in Frontier Conference play as we sit currently.
Yeah, and the one team I think come tournament time can do some damage is Carroll College. They have really improved and gotten better and gotten better. And that guy had an overhaul when he went in there. He lost a couple of players. 2 of them are playing here at Tech. So I think they're a dangerous team. And this Western team is the other one. They may not be on the top. They are a dangerous basketball team.
Yeah, this conference certainly has a lot of capability to go out and score a lot of points.
Yep.
Well, again, thanks for joining us as we get ready for the second half. Montana Tech leading 28-27. Frontier Conference action here on Digger Vision. We'll take a quick timeout. We're back here with the start of the second half after this.
Hi.
Montana has one of the highest suicide rates in the United States.
Suicide impacts people of all ages, genders, and ethnicities.
On average, 300 Montanans die each year by suicide.
Our best chance of stopping suicide is to stop the stigma.
It's time to talk openly and honestly about mental health issues.
Together, let's take the pledge to be allies against suicide.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
28-27 our score. Montana Tech leading by 1 as we get ready for the second half of this one. Game 2 between Montana Tech and Western. As I mentioned earlier, the Digs won down to Dillon in the first time through. Let's see here some of the other team numbers, some of the big numbers obviously from the first half that will need to be cleaned up. Is the big one for Western is turnovers. 10 turnovers in that first half compared to Montana Tech's 5. Both teams were very good defensively, but Western, boy, you want to keep this thing into a single score game. You got to limit those turnovers as you go.
Yeah, 10's too many in the basketball. I mean, I as a coach could always live with a maximum of 6 each half. 12 was a game goal to stay under that. So they're way ahead of the margin right now.
And the other one is they are controlling the boards. They have 20 total rebounds as opposed to Montana Tech's 13. Western 20 boards, 5 of those offensive, bringing 7 second chance points. On the other side, Montana Tech 2 offensive rebounds, 2 second chance points. Both teams with 14 points in the paint as of right now.
Yeah, and the other thing is the production of the role players coming off the bench has not been as high as it normally is, and that's been a difference maker in this game. Somebody's got to be able to come off and help their team.
So we are back after it. We'll keep you updated on those scores on the other men's games here as we go. And Western controlling. Into the offensive side they go. Grueller hands it off to Stepney. Stepney step back, fires just inside the arc, and he gets it.
I guarantee you they talked to him at halftime.
Yes.
He's got to be productive.
Stepney knocks it down. Stepney is 2 of 4 from the floor. Montana Tech into the offensive side as the Bulldogs by 1. Decons count it and the foul. Stepney was down there defensively. Decons gets the basket and the foul, and he will go to the stripe for 1.
Go to the guy that just takes it to the hoop.
Decons into double digits now at 10 points. Shooting 1. Decons, it's under 60% from the foul line. And his first and only is good. Thought about jumping out. And back the other way we go. Western trailing by 2. We'll see if we get any kind of run here in this contest. Grueller, Adedo. Western all 5 outside. Adedo drives into the paint. Violent collision in the paint, and Michael Ure is going to be called with the block.
Yeah, he's tough to stop off the dribble. He's so big and strong, and he just attacks the rim.
That's Big Mike's first personal foul. Western looking to inbound. Inbound pass in the right corner, Grueller. He'll dribble all the way up top and hand it off to Kane. Kane to Grueller. Again, Grueller, their leading scorer, and he has 2 points thus far in this ball game. Ball stripped away. Keely Bake got the steal and lost it out of bounds. Just couldn't get both hands on it. He was able to wrestle it out. And now the officials are going to come chat here for a moment.
They got nothing to talk about. Get the game going.
Western.
That was a clean strip.
Yeah, very much so. Lob pass comes into the high post to Dado. And an offensive call.
Yeah, absolutely a push.
So Grueller is going to be called to the offensive.
Those are the things as a team you don't need. You've got the ball, get it in, run your stuff. Not many people get layups anymore off of out-of-bound plays.
2-point lead for the Digs. 31-29 the score. Keely Bake dribbling left. Bake now comes up top to Cook. Kane has not given him any breathing room.
Nothing.
Michael Ure in the high post. Big Mike drives, spins. He'll put it up on the fall away, and he gets it. Michael Ure has 11 points.
Both teams got to get to their key players and find a hot hand.
Decons with 11, Ure with 11. Western with a basketball. Around a screen on that right side, Bethel. Bethel through the lane, off balance, able to get it up, doesn't get it down. OKK quickly the other way. He'll take it right to the hole. Ifanye OKK hammers it home.
Good timeout. That's a nice little run to start off the second half by the Diggers.
Montana Tech leads by 6, 35-29, the biggest lead of the night by either team. And with the timeout on the court, let's take a quick one, ladies and gentlemen. We're back here on Digger Vision right after this.
Nucor is a great company. They care about their people. They care about the environment.
I've never been restricted to fall in a box. I've never been told that I can't do something.
I saw it as a great opportunity to develop a career.
You create your own destiny at Nucor.
We're building something bigger out here at Nucor. Come join us.
Back here once again to the campus of Montana Tech as the Digs go up by 6, 35-29. Our first kind of mini run, if you will, here in this ball game. We'll see if Montana Tech is able to kind of push the pedal farther to the ground and get a big run out of this thing.
Yeah, they definitely have everything going for them right now, but we'll see how this is a real critical possession right here for Western.
So Western will look to bring her in here. A 6-point lead for the Digs. Montana Tech full court man. And Stepney. I'll give him some breathing room across the timeline. Decons comes out on him defensively. Adato sets a screen. Stepney deep three, and he gets it.
Yeah, that's about as open as he's going to get right there.
8 points on the day for Stepney. Decons coast to coast. No. Michael Ure with a rebound. Back up top. Around a screen, Ure. OKK battling on the inside. Ball almost stripped away. Ure has it. And we're going to get a jump ball, it looks like. They're going to say Western ball.
Yeah, I think Ure's hand hit the out-of-bounds line.
Fair. 2.5 gone here in this second half. Montana Tech leads by 3. An absolute battle to this point.
Yeah, Stepney wants people to know he's out here now.
Yep. That is the case. Stepney gets the inbound. Decons on him. Far right side, Stepney. Whistling a foul, and it looks like Michael Ure. Actually, no, it's going to go on OKK. Okeke going to be called with a foul.
Okeke gets into those situations where they're just not smart fouls. They need him on the floor.
That's his second personal. Western will inbound here as Stepney will look to get him spread out. He'll lob it in. Okeke almost got the steal. Now an outlet to him. Ifeanyi Okeke. 5-point lead. Western quickly the other way. Grueller to Stepney. Around a screen. Nice cut by Stepney. Ball's knocked out. And Western able to track it down. Kane. Step back, fires, gets it. Nice shot by Kane.
Kane's played really well here tonight, defensively and offensively.
Yeah, he's just smooth. Yep. You know, doesn't look like he gets frazzled much. Tech, Braden Cook, who still only has one shot today. Decons hands it off to Keely Bake. Now up top to Braden Cook. Cook has a lane. Cook, ball's knocked out of his hands. Saved from going out of bounds, but Okeke grabs it. Now out to Bake. Keely fires. Keely Bake gets it. Great ball movement by the Orediggers. And Tech goes up by 6, and there's some energy in this joint. Kevin Bethel. Up top, Adedo steps through, left hand, and Adedo puts it in. And an injured player, it looks like Grueller went down awkwardly.
I think that's the second time he's hurt his shoulder here. He did in the first half, too.
Yeah. 16-11 left to play here in this second half. Montana Tech leading 40-36. Tech has 3 guys with 11 points. Okeke has 11, Decons has 11, Michael Ure has 11. Amazingly enough, the one thing that is always the case with this Tech team is, you know, the contribution off the bench. You know, their bench normally at least has half their scoring, and right now they have 2 points off the bench, and that's it.
Yeah, their bench has not, but he hasn't used a lot of substitutions, and when he has it isn't for a lengthy time.
Western actually has had more subs than Montana Tech has here today. Tech has put 4 bodies out, and Western has gone a little deeper. 16-11 left to play here in this ball game. Montana Tech leading 40-36. So obviously here in the opening minutes of the second half, we know where Western's at, is we've got to get Stepney a little bit isolated and allow him to get an open shot or two.
Yeah, well, that was part of the halftime talk. He's got to get involved in the offense. He's a double-digit scorer, and he, other than that terrific 3 hit to end the half, he was totally non-productive.
So a 4-point lead here for the Digs. Frontier Conference action on Digger Vision. Again, thanks for joining us here as we make our way through a Saturday. And remember, this is the final home game for the Tech teams for a while, as the next 4 games will be on the road. They'll actually go on the road to everybody else. They'll go on the road to Carroll, Rocky, Providence, and Northern, not in that order. Then their next home game is here on the 20th against these Bulldogs.
The road games are so important.
Yeah, big stretch for them, both the men's and the women's teams. It's going to be a big, important stretch here. So the official's going to chat it over.
They're always chatting, but the thing that bothers me, we don't know what they're chatting about, and you and I are gossipers, and we'd love to be able to tell the people out there what they're talking about.
Well,
a flagrant 1.
So a flagrant 1 is going to go on Braden Cook. Okay, so a flagrant 1 will put Grueller at the line. Grueller, the junior out of Vancouver, Washington. He will step up and shoot the free throws here. So Cook picks up his 3rd personal. Grueller gets the first.
And he's going to answer the crowd over there, so it means he's going to struggle with the second one. Don't get your head into the stands.
We need that crowd to get down on the bar and make a whole lot of noise here. Second is on its way, and Grueller gets them both. Bulldogs down by 2. 40-38. Montana Tech up over the Orediggers. Grueller will check out. He's going to go over and sit with the trainer.
Yeah, he hurt himself pretty good there.
Oh, it's the other way around. Digs are up by 2. My apologies. So Western, Stepney looking to get it in. Does so here on the near side. Merritt trying to get Stepney separated. And Stepney knocks down another one. Boy, they're setting high screens for him.
Yes, as they should.
And Stepney knocks down another one. 11 points on the day for Jalen Stepney. Montana Tech with the basketball, trailing by 1. Bulldogs up 41-40. Keely Bake. Far left side, Braden Cook. Cook around the screen, pick and roll to OKK. OKK battles his way to the rack. He gets it down.
That's athleticism at its finest right there.
Boy, he had no balance staying upright and still was able to bounce his way to the rack and get the basket. Montana Tech by 1. And we get a timeout on the floor, a short one here, as the Digs grab the lead back.
Yeah, Coach Hyatt saw something there. I don't know if it's, whether he liked it or not, but that's what he called the timeout for, because that's a quick timeout to talk something over.
Both teams shooting 49% from the floor. And just an absolute battle here between Montana Tech and the Bulldogs of Montana Western. Certainly what you expect. Montana Tech won the first matchup down to Dillon. And the Bulldogs trying to repay that favor.
Well, that was a pretty good basketball game till late in the middle of the second half, and then
yeah, the wheels just fell off.
Yeah, wheels fell off, and Western did not play good defense.
Western inbounds to Stepney. And Stepney will bring it across the timeline. Stepney, far right wing, feeds it up top. Backdoor cut to Stepney.
Beautiful pass.
That's it. So Adado feeds it to Stepney. Stepney gets another basket. 13 points on the day for Stepney. And he has been the workhorse here for the Bulldogs in this second half.
They can't win without him. There's no way.
Bulldogs by 1.
Yeah, he grabbed him.
Foul on this side, as that one's going to go on Billy Carlson.
Grabbed him by the arm. At least be sneaky about it. that was not even questionable.
Braden Cook will get a breather. Back into the ball game here for Montana Tech is going to be Josh Kulonges. The inbound to Keely Bake. Kulonges up top to Yor. Defensive intensity just keeps ratcheting up here. Drifting left. Kulonges now in the corner. Decons. Decons through the paint, moves it out to Kulonges, and he'll get fouled.
Yeah, they want a jump ball, but you can't grab them around the elbow. They're all wanting their calls today because this is a critical basketball game.
14:51 left to play in the ball game. Montana Tech looking to inbound. It comes to OKK. Bake trying to find some room. Looked at pick and roll again. Instead moves it around the arc to Michael Ure. Decons to Ure. Ure backing it up. Double team steps. Travel call on Michael Ure will go to the Western Bulldogs.
He did. I think he got his feet tied up. Caused him to take that extra step. He had a great mismatch down there.
Western by 1. 43-42. Western with the lead and the ball. Up top, a travel call on Adado.
I was wondering if they're going to call that. He slid his foot.
So Adado called with the travel. And they'll inbound here on this side of the floor. OKK, Keely Bake, Josh Kulonges, Hayden Decons, and Michael Ure on the floor. Boy, we've seen some momentum on both sides of the coin, but still no real runs. Kulonges.
5 points, I think, is the biggest run.
That's it. Decons, the foul line. Now to Kulonges. Mismatch. Kulonges attacks. Ball comes out of bounds. That will go to Western. Good defense by Adado. Boy, he showed some quickness that time.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd take him off the floor right now. I think he's doing a great job, and he traveled, and I don't know if that's a reason to put him on the bench, but there's a difference in style with him and the big that comes in for him.
Western, Kane. He'll drive into the paint, brought his defender off his feet, slapped out. Montana Tech basketball, Bake the other way. Keely Bake puts on the brakes, and there we go, whistling a foul as Kane grabbed him. So Kane will be called to the hold. And that will bring us to a timeout. 13:48 left to play in the ball game. The Bulldogs up by 1. 43-42 our score. We're back here after this.
Hi, I'm Dr. Jessica Reisig, an orthopedic surgeon here in Butte, Montana with specialty training in foot and ankle. I chose orthopedic surgery because I get to actively help my patients enjoy their lives. The human body in general is just really amazing. The way everything works as a unit, the way the bones, tendons, muscles all work to function and just make people move is something that I've always found incredibly fascinating. And there's nothing more rewarding than seeing a patient get better because of the work we did together.
The Bulldogs of Montana Western leading Montana Tech 43-42 as we make our way through this second half. Thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision as we come back out here. This has just been a chess match thus far.
This has been a tremendous basketball game. The defense has been spectacular to watch.
Let's see if we can get a score update from our other games quickly. Northern leading Providence 43-40 at the midway point of the second half in that one. And Carroll all over Rocky 55-40 just underway in the second half.
Well, Coach Hughes is starting to get them together.
That's it. Montana Tech, Hayden Decons on the far left wing. Decons feeds it down to Okeke. Okeke wants the baseline. Fights his way into the paint, now moves it out. Montana Tech having a tough time getting penetration into the paint here in this second half. Coulanges pushed to the baseline and is fouled.
Yeah, I thought that should have been called as soon as he turned the corner to the baseline. He got hit about 5 times on the way to the bucket.
43-42. Bulldogs up by 1. The inbound pass to Okeke. Keely Bake across the baseline. Good defense. Bake out to Ure. Michael Ure. Coulanges. Decons. He has the opening. Decons fires and gets it.
Where's your go-to guy?
14 points for Decons. Montana Tech by 2. Spinning move up top. Bethel gets it underneath to the big man and slamming it home is Ankney.
And nobody's going to block that one.
Ankney puts it down with authority. 12:50 left to play in the ball game, tied up 45-all. Left side, Decons here on the near side. Coulanges now to Ure. Again, all but 2 points of Montana Tech scoring has come from their starters. Real rarity, honestly. Decons spinning, puts it up with the left hand and gets another one. 16 points for Hayden Decons. Into the offensive side, Western. Around the screen, driving is Bethel. In the corner, three-point shot, no good. Okeke tips it. Western grabs the rebound as Merritt dribbles out with it. And Stepney makes his move and draws the foul.
A lot of fouls with the use of the hand. He got beaten pretty bad and he grabbed. Got to break down when you're flying out there.
12:14 left to play here in this ball game. Montana Tech by 2. So back in for Montana Tech, Carson Pfeffer. Also Rhett Reynolds is there. Braden Cook is back in. Keely Bake stays out, as does Hayden Decons. Lob pass comes out, Ankney. Left side, wide open three is up and in. Big time shot by Merritt.
Yeah, give him 2 in a row.
Bulldogs lead by 1, 48-47. Montana Tech with it up top. Hand off to Cook. Braden Cook leaves it for Bake. Bake out top. Brett Reynolds on the wing. Bake. Feeds it inside to Peffer. Peffer backing his way up. Pump fake once. Now fights his way to the rack. No. Brett Reynolds, a huge rebound. Lost it. Gets in the corner. Braden Cook, step back. No. Braden Cook, only his second shot of the night. Western. Stepney. They'll move it around right side. 1 point lead for the Bulldogs. Baseline, double team, reverse is up and in. Nice take by Kevin Bethel.
Good patience on the baseline by Bethel.
3 point lead for Western. 50-47 our score. Montana Tech with the basketball. Braden Cook to Reynolds. Fakes the handoff. Reynolds gets it off to Keeley. Keeley in the high post. Double team coming to Peffer. Peffer making his way. Backdoor cut. Bounce pass is tipped and taken away by Western. Bethel has it. And Bethel into the offensive zone. Western with some momentum here as the Bulldogs lead by 3. Bethel fires it in the corner. Stepney will pop it. No good. It's tipped up in the air, out of bounds. Tech ball.
Every possession is really critical now.
3 point lead for Western, 50-47.
All the years I've coached a handful of games where you didn't see an 8 or 10 point run by each team at some point, and nothing has done that here today.
You know, it feels like both teams have had really good chances to grab a bunch of momentum, and neither has really been able to do it. Some 2-2-1. Pass down the floor. That's going to be knocked into the backcourt and out of bounds. That will be Orediggers basketball here.
Tell you what, these two teams are working hard.
Yeah, very much so. So Montana Tech will inbound here.
Don't know what they're trying to do with this press. They're leaving Cook over here all alone.
Bounce pass to OKK into the zone, out to Peffer. Peffer backed out to Torgy. Torgy's going to fire. Levi Torgerson, ladies and gentlemen.
There's your bench finally responding.
We're tied at 50. Western the other way. Stepney has Cook on him defensively. Stepney through the paint. Ball comes out. And Braden Cook's going to get it. That's Cook's fourth. No, it isn't on Cook. Did they get Michael for it?
He must have reached in before Cook got to him.
Yep, so Michael Ewer picks up his second. We're tied up 50 all. Largest lead of the game has been 5. Tech's led by 5. Western is led by 3. Otherwise, this feels like a smoker from like 1989. Just exchanging shots back and forth. Double team, bounce pass out to the wing. Trying to fake a move is Bethel. Bethel in the lane, pull-up jumper, no good. Kind of a rare miss from the paint for Western here. Torgerson the other way, around a screen up top. Pass to Cook, lob it into Ewer. Michael Ewer, bodies up. Spins, fights his way to the rack, high off the glass and in.
Again, he had a guard trying to defend him down there.
13 points for Michael Ewer. Tech goes up by 2. And Peffer is going to be called with a push, it looks like, right as they come into the zone.
And he definitely did that.
Okay. So personal foul on Peffer.
Free throw line's coming up next for both teams, so this could be a difference maker in this game.
Western will inbound in the backcourts to Bethel. And Bethel brings it into the zone. Moves it up top. Fakes the handoff to Carlson. Adedo backing his way up. Adedo fighting. Ewer is on him. Puts it up off the glass. No good. That's tipped out of bounds. And it is Montana Tech basketball.
That was tremendous defense by Ewer.
That is big time.
Coaches are getting into it. That's when I like to watch.
Diggs leading 52-50. Chance to add to their lead here. Levi Torgerson drifting wide left. Torgy, top of the horn. Cook, open 3, Braden Cook. Can't find the range right now.
That was his shot.
Loose double team. They move it out right side. Grueller. Hand off on the wing. Switch dribble. And now we're going to get... We get a double? Yeah, it looks that way. Yeah, we're going to get double, it looks like. So Peffer and Grueller going to get matching, it looked like.
Referees are discussing it.
Grueller, and look here, that would be Grueller's fourth, which would be a big one. Peffer would pick up his third. Double foul. So Peffer gets his third. And more importantly, on the other side, Grueller picks up his fourth. That could be a costly one here over the last 8 minutes.
They're all pleading their case, but never seen a judge from a standpoint of a referee make a decision change.
8:36 left to play here in this ball game. Are they going to go look? So they almost got us back into play, and they might get us to go look here. Or do we got a timeout? And they are going to look.
Yeah, they're looking. And I have no clue what they're looking for at this point. The call was made.
So we will get replay. They'll go over and take a look at the replay. We have two different angles on it. And the officials will chat it over.
And make the correct decision.
Yeah, I assume, obviously, to see if it is a double for sure or not. From this angle, I don't know. I'm not even going to ask.
I couldn't tell.
Yeah.
And as good a referee as I am, I should have seen that.
52-50 our score. Montana Tech by 2. The officials continue to chat it over. And while we have a minute, let's go ahead and talk about this again here for a moment. Again, remember the Miners Ball. The Digger Auction is coming up on April 12th. Mark your calendar. Get up here and support us, as this is the major fundraiser for Montana Tech Athletics. That's April 12th. And certainly looking forward to that. The Miners Ball Digger Auction will give you an idea how you can reserve your table. You can get your tickets. And all of that as we get closer.
And bring your checkbook.
Yep. We'll even take credit cards.
Great stuff to buy.
Yep. Or if you'd like to donate something, you can give me a holler. Tech leading 52-50.
I think I have an old rocking chair at home.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'd probably buy that.
I'm getting to that age. Quickly. I'm almost at the rocking chair level.
Yeah, okay.
2-point lead for the Digs. Yep, the double foul stands.
Yeah, I just think they're trying to determine whose ball it was. Well, they've already switched the light down there. So
Western inbound. And a quick foul. OKK gets the hip on him, and OKK is going to pick up the foul. That's his third.
Free throws are going to be at a premium the next 8.5 minutes.
Big time.
This is early to be in this.
So both teams are in the bonus with 8:34 left to play. Western is 5 of 6 from the foul line. Tech is 8 of 11. Run half of the bonus, money. So at the stripe is Coulter Merritt, the redshirt junior out of Star Valley, Wyoming. Got his first as Merritt gets ready for his second, and he gets it.
He can shoot.
The inbound to Cook, now to OKK. OKK into the zone, across to Torgerson, now to Cook.
1-3-1 zone.
Torgy, across to Cook. Long range three, Torgy no good. That one's tipped out, and Adato will track it down.
Good defensive move by Western's coach.
Tied up 52 all.
You could surprise Tech.
Stepney to Adato. Stepney using that high screen. He'll pop from 12, and he gets it. Jalen Stepney is 6 of 9 from the floor. He has 15 points, and he is feeling it. Michael Ure to Cook. Around the arc, left side, Decons. Bulldogs by 2. 7:38 left to play here in this ball game. Michael Ure Moves it out to Okeke. He's going to square up and fire. No good. Western with the rebound. Coming out with it, going the other way. Western has 25 rebounds. Montana Tech with 20. Stepney on the wing. Into a double team. Picks up his dribble. Moves it around the arc in the corner. Three-point shot. No. Okeke with a rebound. Montana Tech into the zone. Torgerson to Decons. Decons on the right side. Decons backing it up. Into the paint, back to his right side. Decons off balance, no! And we're gonna get a whistle and a foul on the rebound. And that one is going to go on Adato. That's his third. 6:56 left to play here in this ball game. Western leads by 2. This is going to be real interesting to see where this thing goes. We'll take a break. We're back here after this.
Even when you have to weather the storm, even when the unexpected happens, even when the local environment slows things down, we will get you what you need when you need it. We are committed to getting you back in the seat, back to work, back to what matters. At Torgerson's Equipment, we know what matters most: community, family, working every day to make your day more productive.
(54-52), the Bulldogs of Montana Western leading Montana Tech. We have had no runs in this bad boy. Montana Tech maybe had a 5-point run at one point. Their largest lead was 5. Western is led by 3. But otherwise, this has just been absolutely back and forth.
It has, and the key ingredient right now with almost 7 minutes on the clock, offensive boards and free throws are going to tell you who's going to win this game.
So Okeke will go to the line.
Free throws are important.
Ifeanyi Okeke, 72% from the line on the year. Front half of the bonus is money. He is 4 of 7 from the foul line today. And Field getting ready for his second here. 6:56 left to play here in the ball game. Bulldogs by 1. Second, no good. Rebound, Berkeley. Western the other way. Into the offensive side is Bethel. Western's gotten awful meticulous in the offensive zone. In the corner, wide open 3. It's up and no good. Tipped out, and here come the digs. Hayden Decons, top of the horn. Decons out to Okeke. Set up pick and roll, well defended. Instead, he fires it down to Decons. Decons has a lane. Decons shot no good. Michael Ure with a rebound. He gets it in the foul. Michael Ure, a chance at a 3-point play.
Big time rebound.
6:23 left to play in the ball game. Montana Tech by 1. And Big Mike at the line. 74% from the foul line on the year. Ure. And his one and only here off the back of the rim, no good. Tech by 1. Montana Tech 9 of 13 from the free throw line today. Stepney into the zone slowly. Around a high screen. Yorb got the body on him. Big screen up top, and Stepney is able to fire and get it. Hayden Decons ran into Adato hard. Has to shake the cobwebs loose a little bit. Tech into the offensive zone. Coulanges looking on the interior. Now it comes up top to Decons. Right side, Bake. Now into Okeke. Nice feed from Okeke to Decons. Decons finishes. He has 18 points.
Big time cut. They were on the same page.
Boy, you can see Decons still a little messed up. Kind of keeps flexing his jaw. Pass in the corner. Nice baseline spin. Shot is up and in. Nice take that time by Berkeley. Jackson Berkeley gets his first field goal. Remember, he came in and picked up 3 fouls in less than a minute. And he sat out for a while. And now we'll get a shove call out on the edge.
Yeah, I think Coach Hyatt helped make that call.
Possibly. Berkeley, I think. Is that going to go on? Yeah, so Berkeley's going to get his 4th. So he picked up 3 immediately, and then he gets his 4th after he checks in. And Keely Bake at the line.
Yeah, Berkeley spent a little time on the bench over there today.
Keely Bake, 82% from the stripe. His first is up and good. Keely Bake, 7 points on the day. He's 2 of 2 from the foul line. A senior out of Fairfield. Started this ball game with 853 lifetime points. And he'll check in for attempt number 2 here. And Bake knocks it down.
That's the guy I want on the line with my life on the line.
100% agree.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tech by 1. I mean, I love you to the ends of the earth, but I don't want you shooting free throws for me, JT.
You would have at one time.
Around the screen up top is Kane. Making his move is Bethel. Bethel to Adado. Adado, nice take, strong take, and Adado will put it down. Adado with 9 points here tonight.
Be thinking about overtime because nobody's blowing anybody away here.
1 point lead for Western. Keely Bake inside to Michael Ure. Ure spins, bodies up into the paint, moves it out. Decons. Decons to Bake. Keely Bake moves it out to Decons. He's going to pop. That's not going to go. Western grabs a rebound. Western by 1 with 4:10 left to play.
They slowed it down. Everybody's going to run their stuff now. See if they can get the ball in the right people's hands.
Ruler moving right. From the elbow, Kane, his jump shot no good. Michael Ure will grab the rebound. And the digs quickly will go the other way. Our game day today brought to us by TDS Fiber. Log on to the website, see if fiber is available in your area. Nice pass inside to Mike. Actually to Fee, excuse me. That one's knocked out of bounds. And Afanye will, they'll chat in the paint a little bit. Montana Tech basketball, and it looks like the Digs are going to call a timeout. 3:41 left to play here in the ball game. Bulldogs lead by 1, 60-59 over Montana Tech. With the timeout on the floor, we'll take one. We're back here after this. We have a 1-point ball game here at Montana Tech as the Bulldogs of Montana Western leading 60-59. Tech has led by 5. Western has led by 3. There has been basically no runs in this contest here today. Other scores in Havre, they have a tight one going as well. Providence at Northern tied 55-all with 2 minutes left to play. And in Billings, it's not tight. Carroll all over Rocky, 82-58.
Wow.
That one with about 8 minutes left. Montana Tech basketball in their offensive zone.
They're all looking for a call, man. They're testing every whistle that blows.
OKK will bring it in. Keely Bake. Decons attacks. Decons with the left hand.
Yeah, you can't let him loose down there. That's what he's, a slasher and a great one.
20 points on the night for Hayden Decons. A 1-point lead for the Digs. Top of the horn with it. Ankney comes here on the near side to Bethel. Inside to Ankney. Ankney making his way out to the wing. Three-point shot, no good. Rebound tipped, Montana Tech basketball.
There's your quarterback on the floor. He could have went with that, and he pulled it back out to run their stuff. Smart.
Keely Bake to OKK. I thought we were going to lose the whole operation there for a minute. Hayden Deacons on the far left wing. Deacons stops, spins, back to the rack. Deacons, no! He'll shoot 2. Hayden Deacons, 20 points on the night for Montana Tech.
That was strictly player recognition. He knew he had the big post on him who's not as quick. Took him to the rack. Nice job.
Deacons.
Sometimes players got to get credit for how smart they are. That was really smart basketball.
First free throw here is up and out, no good. Deacons with 20 points on the night. He is the leading scorer on the floor. His high on the year is 24 against Lewis Clark State. That was a battle to start the season.
Yeah, you're always going to have a battle with LC.
No joke. Deacon's second no good. Western with a rebound.
Nobody wants to win this thing. Free throw line's it today. They got to make their free throws.
Western back the other way. Tech leading by 1. Around a high screen is Bethel. Bethel looking on the interior. Puts on the brakes. Gets it off to Grueller. Grueller, follow-away jumper, no good. Boy, some of the mid-range jumpers that Western was hitting in the first half aren't falling for him now.
When you wear down, that's what happens.
A 1-point lead for the Digs. Tech 4 wide. OKK to Deacons. Deacons is pulling the boat here tonight. Drifting right. Braden Cook. Cook spins, lobs it up, draws the foul. Basket doesn't go.
Another guy you want at the line.
So Braden Cook will step up and shoot 2. And Cook, as you mentioned, an outstanding free throw shooter, just shy of 80% on the year.
80% works.
A 1-point lead for the Digs. Oh, look, you could look at that, Trey, the trainer. Look at him working hard there.
Well, he's got to do something.
Man, look at that.
They don't work hard.
Good job, Trey. Nice work, buddy. He'll have to submit that for how hard he works.
Yeah, time and a half.
Tech leading 61-60. Frontier Conference basketball here on a Saturday. Again, Montana Tech will go on the road for a while. As they'll be on the road for their next 4 games. They'll play at every other Frontier Conference school. They'll go to Billings, they'll go to Helena, they'll go to Havre, and they will go to Dillon. Nope, Dillon comes here. Who did I miss?
Oh, that's right. Oh, you got them all.
Okay.
We don't have any more towns that have schools.
4 road games. And then they are back here for Western on the 20th of February. So it's going to be an important run here for Montana Tech. And the Digs looking to hold home here tonight. 61-60 our score. Montana Tech leading by a point. Tech shooting 47% from the floor. Western shooting 47% from the floor. Let's see here. Western is shooting better from the three-point line. They're at about 30%. They're 5 of 17. Montana Tech 4 of 17 from the arc. And Western is 7 of 8 from the foul line, which could be a big factor here going ahead. Montana Tech is 11 of 18 from the foul line.
Yeah, these are two monster free throws. And right now, as you said, Tech is not making them, and this is when you need them. I knew it would come down to this in offensive boards, and I think everybody's controlled the defensive boards to this point.
Yeah. 1-point lead for the Digs. Again, a game that has had no runs. Tech is led by 5. Western is led by 3. And as we stack up the key here, the one thing we could see is maybe a player or 4 foul out of this thing. We have several out on the floor with 4. And Braden Cook at the line. Cook has not shot a free throw yet today. Hits the front of the iron, no good.
Can't get frustrated with himself. He's too good a player, and he's showing some frustration because they have played great defense on him.
Yeah, they have kept him completely out of this thing. Cook's second is on the way and good. So Cook gets his first point of the night. Montana Tech leads by 2.
Straight up defense, don't want to foul, don't want to put him in the line, don't want to stop that clock.
100 seconds remaining in the ball game. Spinning on the wing is Bethel. Bethel, his pass to Stepney, lost it. And the official's going to chat it over. And they will say Western basketball.
Yeah, that was smart of the outer official to question that because he couldn't clearly see it.
Yeah, good communication by these guys here tonight.
Well, they're good. These officials are good. Basketball's a hard game to referee.
Yeah. The speed of it anymore is just incredible. Stepney, lob pass goes out on the edge to Gruler. Gruler attacks into the paint, pump fake once, rolls it out. Rebound taken down by Hayden Decons. Decons dribbles into the zone, puts on the brakes. Montana Tech leading by 2 with a basketball.
Absolutely do not want to foul now if you're Western. You got plenty of time on the clock. Don't panic.
1:10 left to play. Keely Bake wide left. Bake has 7 points on the night, feeds it into Big Mike. Michael Ure. Ure bodying up. Nice pass to Okeke and a finish. Michael Ure with the assist. Okeke has 16 points. 53 seconds left to play. Western down by 4. Driving into the paint. Pass comes up top. Stepney from downtown. He gets it and the foul.
Big time shot.
Jalen Stepney has a chance to tie us up. What a shot by Jalen Stepney.
What a game. So the old coaching philosophy, who do you get the ball to? Your best players.
That's it.
And he is their best player.
He's 4 of 6 from the three-point line. He has 20 points. And Montana Tech will call a timeout. Tech leads by 1. Stepney will shoot 1 free throw. And let's walk through this again. Both teams basically are now in the double bonus from this point forward. He makes this. Talk about Tech's possession. They'll have the ball, obviously full shot clock, and there'll be about an additional 15 seconds after that.
What would I want to do?
What would you do? Let's start if you're Western. If Montana Tech is bringing the ball down, do you bring press?
No.
Do you just get back?
No, you get back, pick them up. You might press the guard just to make them dribble it down the floor for the clock. But what Tech needs to do, it's got to go inside to Michael Ure. He's probably going to get double teamed because he's been real effective down there. And he's a great passer, so he'll find the outside person, but I don't think you want to take a 3 at this stage. It depends on what time on the clock the shot is taken.
Okay. Well, again, thanks for joining us here on Digger Vision. The Orediggers are on the road for the next 4. Their next home game will be on February 20th. We'll have that for you here on Digger Vision, and it will be once again with these Bulldogs. The other game tonight, real quickly, sorry, JT.
You're good.
Providence up over Northern, 66-59 with 10 seconds left. That one's in Havre, so Providence looking to get a big win on the road. Northern gave them everything they wanted. And then the other one, Carroll all over Rocky, 84-65. So a 1-point lead for the Digs. Jalen Stepney, a chance at a huge 4-point play.
There are 2 guys, if you're Montana Tech, that you want with the basketball. Keely Bake, bring it down the floor, but Decons and Ure have to have the basketball.
Stepney free throw is good. We're tied. 64 all. 42 seconds left. Keely Bake into the offensive zone. Bake dribbling right, bounce pass to Decons. Inside to Okeke. Okeke turns and gets it. Tech by 2.
Decons handled the ball and made that pass.
There's about a 4-second differential between the game clock and the shot clock. Stepney out wide, behind the back, into the high post, leaves it off. Puts on the brakes, moves it up top. Driving Bethel. Bethel pulls up, fires, and gets it. That's a great take by Bethel. And a ton of time left here for Montana Tech as Western will call a timeout. What a ball game we have here tonight. Montana Tech and the Bulldogs of Montana Western tied up 66 all.
If I'm Western, I'm going to contest the inbounds and then get back because I don't think you're going to stop Keely Bake. He's too smart. You want to break a press easy, have a great point guard, and you don't have to worry about anybody else on the floor. So we'll see how Western looks at this thing, but I'm going to put some pressure to make them dribble the ball down the floor.
Montana Tech has won the last 7, and that is certainly in jeopardy as of right now. I'm trying to go through my numbers to see if it shows the last time they went to overtime.
Deconjure.
Okay. It looks like these two teams getting ready to roll here. Montana Tech 66, Western 66. The Bulldogs shooting 48% from the floor. Montana Tech at 49%. You've got basically 12 seconds, so
got more time than you need.
Yeah. So the teams chatting it over. I wasn't paying attention to the bench. Did we have anybody check in? Did you see anybody move on either side?
I did not pay attention.
We'll run you through who comes out here on the floor.
I'm too busy looking for my next wife out here.
So, good night, everybody.
What's wrong with that?
I mean,
nothing wrong with that.
I guess if you'd like to be John Thatcher's next wife, you can.
You'd be a fool.
You can leave a comment. So for Montana Tech, Keely Bake, Ifeanyi Okeke, Braden Cook, Michael Ure, and Hayden Decons.
Yeah, you got to get up there and put pressure on the basketball.
Kane, Abiadato, also Jalen Stepney. You have Bethel out there, and also it looks like Denning. Montana Tech with it, Keely Bake. Bake, step back. He's going to fire. Keely Bake! Keely Bake knocks it home! Montana Tech goes up by 3.
This game is over.
Keely Bake strokes us 3.
They'll have to check for time on the clock, but.
And I would assume they'll probably put a couple tenths of a second back. Keely Bake steps up and strokes it. The senior out of Fairfield. Well, by the look on.
Yeah, I'd like to see the rule in effect where you can call a timeout and get it to midcourt in men's basketball, too. They do it in the NBA. They do it with women's basketball.
I love that rule. I think it's a great rule.
Some people think it's a disadvantage. I think it creates a great sense for the game of basketball.
So by the, I guess just the interaction between the officials and the Montana Tech coaching staff, it looks like they're first checking to make sure what it is, a 3 or a 2. And then obviously they're going to look for time as well.
Well, it looked to me like a clean cut 3. He fell backwards actually when he shot it.
Took a big step back and just rifled it. 69-66, Montana Tech by 3. As of right now, 1/10 of a second remaining on the clock.
So if more time's put on the clock, and it can't be more than 3/10 of a second.
Exactly.
I'm following on the inbounds.
Yeah,
I am.
So 1/10 of a second showing right now. They're overlooking at the replay. Again, we have 2 looks at it.
5/10 or less, they got to throw it full court, and it's got to be tipped. It can't be caught and shot.
I'm with you. I think they might they might give us 3/10. I think we'll go up to 4/10 is kind of my guess. Maybe 3/10. We'll see what we get here. Montana Tech leading 69-66.
That play was designed for Cook to get a shot off, and they totally took him away. And that was just a Keely Bake play that was a desperation shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, Keely Bake. Bake right now with 10 points. He's 2 of 4 from downtown. This has just been phenomenal. Montana Tech leading 69-66.
Got to throw it full court.
Montana Tech on the floor. You have Braden Cook, Hayden Decons, Ifeanyi Okeke, Rhett Reynolds, and Keely Bake. Well, and I assume they're going to put Rhett on guarding the inbound, you think?
I don't, well, somebody's got, yeah, I would think they would put him on it, but I would use Michael Ure in here and put Okeke on the inbounds.
3-point lead for the Digs. The officials have chatted it over. They have not added anything yet to the clock.
So it's over. All they can do is touch, and, and if they make that, they deserve it.
Wow. So they go up to 6/10.
Oh, 6/10.
Wow. So they go up to 6/10. Put up, honestly, a lot more time than I would have expected, to be honest.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Diggs leading, and they say it's a 2-point shot. So not only we had time,
whoa,
they said it was a 2-point shot.
So they can catch and shoot now.
Yep. So Keely Bake knocks down the 2-point shot. And they go to 6/10 on the clock. Montana Tech leading 68-66. Frontier Conference madness here from the Hyper. Let's get your other scores here real quickly. I've got so many people texting me, it's not even funny. Let's see here. Providence beat Northern in Havre 68-59, so Providence remains in a good spot in the men's side of things. They're in second place. Carroll College all over Rocky 90-73 with 2.5 minutes left to play.
Boy, that's
in Billings.
Scores a shocker.
Yeah. So I want to say, I apologize. I don't remember. I believe is it Jackson Lee, Jalen Lee, their Rockies post, did not play Thursday, not playing tonight.
Well, based on the score, it'd be tough to even make up part of that, even if Lee was there.
A 2-point lead for the Digs. Again, 0.6 of a second showing on the clock.
I got to go down and put in a play for him. I got the idea to play for this.
So Red Reynolds going to guard the inbound as Alan Kane will look to get it in. They set a screen. Kane lobs it down. Fire from half, not in time. This one will go into the books. Montana Tech will get a huge win over the Bulldogs of Montana Western. 68-66 our final as the Digs go to 2-0 against Western on the year. And this one was an absolute brawl. No runs. The largest lead for Tech was 5. The largest lead for Western was 3. And that was it.
Yeah, I'd like to see a replay on that because that clock went off quickly. I don't know if they started it too soon or he had the catch and he took the shot right away, and the buzzer, he still had the ball in his hand. So interesting to see how that turns out.
So a 2-point victory for Montana Tech as they will get the win here tonight. Let's run you through the numbers here. As Montana Tech will go to 20-2 on the year, 8-1 in Frontier Conference play. Western will fall to 12-10 overall and 4-5 in Frontier Conference play. Team numbers: Western shot 48%. A really good night for them here tonight as they shot 48% from the floor, 33% from the three-point line, and 90% basically from the free throw line. Individually, they were led by Jalen Stepney. Shocker. 21 points for him, and that was the game plan of the second half, is to get high ball screens, get him open, and let him take shots.
So he didn't even score in the first half, did he? Oh, yeah, he hit that 3 at the...
Yep.
Yeah,
and I think that was it.
That was it.
Yeah, so 21 points on the night for Jalen Stepney, the only Bulldog in double digits. From there, you have Abby Adedo, Alan Kane, and Coulter Merritt all with 9 points. Kevin Bethel with 6. Grueller and Ankney both with 4. Carlson and Berkeley both get 2 for the Bulldogs as they take the loss here tonight to Montana Tech. On the other side for the Digs, they shot 50% for the game. They were 26 of 52 from the floor, 24% from the three-point line. They were 12 of 20 from the free throw line, 60% down the stretch. Individually, they were led by Hayden Decons. Decons gets 20 points on the night. He was 9 of 15 from the floor, 1 of 3 from downtown, 3 rebounds, 2 assists for Hayden Decons. Ifanye Okeke right with him, 18 points for Big Fee. He goes 7 of 12 from the floor, 4 of 8 from the free throw line. Fee got 7 rebounds, 2 assists as well. Michael Ure with 15 points. He was 5 of 7 with 7 rebounds. Keely Bake with 9 points. He got robbed. He should have been in double digits. That's all there is to it. Sorry. Levi Torgerson with 3 points. Rhett Reynolds with 2. And Braden Cook gets 1 point on the night as Montana Tech gets the win. 68-66. The Digs over the Bulldogs in Frontier Conference action here tonight.
This is the way the game of basketball is supposed to be played. You didn't see anybody even think about leaving this gym. What a tremendous game. And I'm telling you what, this tournament is going to be special.
Oh, it's going to be bonkers. It's just going to be impressive. 68-66 our final. Remember, Montana Tech is on the road for weeks, as their next home game will be on the 20th of February, and of course it will be on this floor against the Bulldogs of Montana Western. So for John Thatcher and Barrett, I'm Paul Panisco. Thanks for joining us here on a Saturday. Ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.